Head of Marvel Studios Kevin Feige once again talks about how the casual person doesn't know the difference between Marvel Studios, DC Studios, and what goes where, to the point that he's had multiple people congratulate him on the release of Blue Beetle, and how much they like that film from last year. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. If you're not a hardcore person like us, you have no idea. Like, I can't tell you how many times I go see a Marvel or a DC film, and I'm not talking about the opening day, I'm talking about like the next day, you know, on like a Saturday, right? And you're gonna see tons of people there with Superman shirts ready to watch the latest Marvel film, and then after they're like, oh, is Superman ever gonna show up? If you want further proof of this, let's look at even directors in Hollywood. Martin Scorsese, for example, Ridley Scott, multiple other directors, they use Marvel film as a blanket term to describe all comic book films, because they don't know. It's not their thing, and they don't know. It's like if somebody asks me, hey, why do you listen to the same music when you go to these raves, but you're running from stage to stage? And I go, actually, I'm not. That's acid techno, that's trance, that's rave. That right there, you don't even want to deal with that. That's just a lot of noise. And they're like, yeah, it's all noise to me. It doesn't make sense. I can't hear a difference. Like, if you're not into it, you just don't know, right? And back and forth, I also have this with other people and what they're into. You know, I don't know. All those crime shows, Law and Order and whatever, NCIS, that's all the same to me. I have no idea. I've never seen a single episode of one of those shows. It's just not for me. So, to me, they're just all generic crime show, right? I don't know. So Kevin Feige, talking more about how people don't know, which he's talked about it before, he said multiple times there's been instances where he's just doing his thing and people will walk up to him and be like, my God, Kevin, you've come a long way. I loved Blue Beetle. And he said this has happened with other films as well. Because, let's be real, people don't know. It's true. I know it's hard to understand, but think of your mom that doesn't know video games, right? To my mom, everything is still a PlayStation. That's it. Every single thing. I bought my dad a game console for Christmas 2 years ago. It clearly said it was an Xbox, because that's what he wanted. And my mom was like, don't we already have a PlayStation? Because it's sitting right there, because I bought him one like 2 years before that. And he was like, no, it's an Xbox. And she goes, so it's a PlayStation. Like, she doesn't know. She just knows it plays video games, right? Like, that's it. It's the basic knowledge, right? Just like back in the day, everything was a Nintendo to your mom. That's how people are. And honestly, that's kind of how it's always going to be. If you don't know it, it is what it is. And, you know, at least people identified Kevin Feige with a good DC film. They weren't like, boy, I saw that Justice League. Saw Justice League, Kevin.